What is up, everybody? Thank y'all for tuning in tonight. We got an awesome show for you guys. We got the Titan Upload Network doubleheader. Titan Upload. I don't know if he's still on. He might still be going strong in there. But I think he's going to join in later. He's having a radio call-in show right now. And this is the Titans Rossi Tuesday Roundup, a little thing I've been doing. So just to kind of break down the game, I went to the game and I had to fly home at like 3 in the morning Monday to get to work. It was rough, but we made it, man. And I want to give a special shout out before I even get going here and before I bring NGB Talk on. He's here today, and we'll kind of ask him a few questions so y'all get to know him a little bit if you don't know him already. If you don't know him, you need to know him. You need to subscribe to him. He puts out awesome content. He's been doing it for a long time now. So but yeah, I wanted to give a shout out to a guy who hooked me up with the tickets for the game. These are some pics from the game. We got to meet Titan Upload. Me and Titan Upload actually met in person. Titans Time Podcast was there. Jacques from Tennessee Titans Weekly. So it was cool. That's the picture on your left. So it was cool to meet with those guys. We did it the Cardinals game, and I met Titans Time, but I didn't meet Jacques or Upload. So that was a really cool thing. We actually had like people come over. We had about probably 15 people there that are from Twitter and people who watch the show. And there was this 16-year-old kid who came up to me and Upload and was like, "Oh, I love y'all show," and blah, blah, blah. It was such a cool experience. And I actually had a lady, two people actually, when I was walking to the bathroom say, "Are you Titans Rossi?" And I was like, yeah, that's never happened to me in my entire life. Like some random person just asking me, like, so it was a really cool experience, and it was just really cool to see that people do care. They like what you do, and they, will shout you out, and yeah, it was pretty cool. So, anyways, oh yeah, I totally forgot the picture on the right is his name is James. He calls himself the Big Sportsman. He's got a pretty big Facebook page for Titan stuff. And yeah, they invited me to the game. His family. He gave me a free ticket, and I wouldn't have been able to go if it wasn't for that. So shout out to him for sure, and much appreciation, much love to you, man, and tighten up. So yeah, we're gonna get NGB talk in here. Not gonna waste any more time. But what's up, man? How you doing?
What's up, everybody? Doing? Am I muted? No, I'm not. Hey, everyone on the live stream, on the double header, shout out to this man right here for having me on the show. Can y'all hear me? Can you see me okay? Can you see my awesome sign behind me? Okay. I don't know if you guys knew, this is a Tennessee Titans PSA. Derrick Henry is old and tired. His best days are behind him. That's why he leads the team, tied for receptions 3 weeks, leads the league in rushing. Sorry, I had to throw out my Derrick Henry rant just to start. I love hearing those stories. Titans Rossi, love you meeting those people and people seeing you being like, "Hey, don't I know you? Aren't you
Yeah,
on
man,
YouTube?"
it was weird. It was a weird experience, because
cool.
when I was in that, when I like I told you before, I grew up in Nashville, man. I'm 38. I've lived in Nashville up until 2 years ago, so 36 years of my life. You know, I grew up in Nolensville. Actually, it's a little town south of Nashville,
We
just
know
down Nolensville Road.
Nolansville. We try not to
Yeah,
drive through it, but we know Nolansville. That's right.
yeah. But so I grew up there, and I had a band. I had a band for like 2 years in Nashville. It was called Rossi. Imagine that. It's called
That's
Rossi. But
cool. That's
we
cool.
made an album and everything. We recorded at the Sound Emporium right near Belmont.
Very
It's like
cool.
one of the most famous studios in the country. And it was cool. It was an awesome experience. And I never once, Nick, I never once had anybody come up to me and be like, "Hey, are you the lead singer in Rossi?"
Are you the guy?
But I've started a YouTube channel and start talking about Titans, and
Yeah,
it's
there you
like,
go.
it's crazy, man. It's crazy how it works. And like I said, man, I'm so grateful to all the subscribers. I know you are too, and your followers too. So it's
No,
pretty
for
cool.
sure. If you're in Nashville and you're making music, you're surrounded by other people in Nashville making music, and they're all going, they're all going to have too big of heads, too big of egos to jump out and say, "Don't I know you?" But at a Titans game, everybody knows who the king is at the Titans game. You know what I'm saying? So that's probably why that happened. I was thinking about something else that you just story about. I was at a Tennessee Titans career day that happened this past May, and I ran into somebody. Do you follow on Twitter or listen to the podcast Second Victory? Do you ever see those guys pop up on your feed?
I think so, yeah.
Second
I think
Victory.
I've listened to them.
Yeah. I ran into one of those dudes. I forget it. Sorry, dude, if you're. I don't know how we were, and all of a sudden out of nowhere we're talking, and I have a YouTube channel and he has a podcast, and then and I was like, "Oh, I know you, dude." So it's cool.
Yeah, we got a few people in here shouting out to you, Al Pierce, Tighten Up NGB Talk.
Al Pierce, love that dude. Thanks for being here. Titans Time podcast. You guys are the best. Tighten up.
Yeah, man. Yeah, these guys are awesome, man. They're all big followers of all of us, But yeah, let's get into some of the game, man. Let's get into some what happened. Like what's your, I guess, initial thoughts? Maybe a takeaway or two of it that stands out to you.
Oh, the Titans showed up, their business. They did very untitan like things, and what I mean by that is, all the balls bounced the Colts' way all day, all game, right? All the balls were bouncing their way. They got lucky off this interception, and I mean, I say lucky. The dudes were making plays. The Colts are a good team, great players. It's too bad that the Carson Wentz and T.Y. Hill and Quentin Nelson, everybody getting health is a thing. And so not to take anything away from the Colts, but the Titans, when they Colts, stupid stuff happens. Trevor Dan shanks a punt. Josh has to block two guys at once, and the punt gets blocked. Just stupid stuff happens, more often than not. And so for stupid stuff to still happen, but the Titans still seem very much in charge of this game. I mean, I come away and my feeling is like, it almost seemed like the Titans were treating this game like it was just practice, and that's no disrespect to how they played or anything. I thought they played, in some ways we really saw, some things that needed to be improved were improved, like Taylor Lewan, probably number one, but I would just say it seemed the Colts were completely, I would say, outmatched in every single way. There were some really good play calling on the Colts part, but down in the red zone is like, what were they thinking? I don't know. But the Titans were just the heavyweights and the Colts were the lightweights. What's your takeaway?
No, I agree with that for sure. Like, and one thing that surprised me too was the play calling of the Colts. Just they were running the ball okay against us, and I just thought they would use Jonathan Taylor more against us. I mean,
between the teams, they were really good at calling, but then once they come to the red zone, they got so pass happy. It was like, why? Anyway, it's crazy.
Yeah, it was strange, man. And what's up, Coda?
Hey, Coda.
It was strange, dude. It was really weird, and I was listening to uploads before here, and a caller called in and basically, said he averaged 6.4 yards a carry. They only gave him 10 carries. And then you think about like it was weird how they called that game. And two, you would think with Wentz having 2 bum ankles, and he obviously looked slow. Like he
it wasn't there.
Just the way he was even throwing looked bad. You know what I mean?
I think the longest attempted pass was 36 yards. And then, I mean, we all saw how, was it 1 or 2 intentional groundings? There might have been only one that was called intentional grounding, but there were several plays where he's thrown into the dirt. And so, yeah, just get the run game going. When the Titans showed up week 2, Blaine Gabbert versus the Jags, 2017, 2018, I can't remember. I think it's 2018. Marcus Mariota broken damage, right? And Blaine Gabbert's a quarterback. What do? We lined Derrick Henry and Wildcat a bunch. We did special teams play. Hats off to the coaching staff, to Mike Vrabel for ready to go. I think Frank Reich is a really great coach, but I think he made the wrong call this time. Try to get too cute in the red zone.
Yeah, and the Colts fans are pretty mad about it. And Titans Turner says, very surprised the Colts did not keep running the ball more. The game was never really out of reach for them. Honestly, no reason they shouldn't have thrown. They should have thrown the ball. And yeah, like we're saying, I mean, it kind of blew my mind, really. And you're down, and maybe I'm sound like an advocate for the Colts or something, but I mean, you're down 13-14.
Come on,
you're only down 1
for the shoe. For the shoe.
I mean, yeah, for the shoe. Like, run the freaking ball. Like, it's working for you. I don't know, man, but it's like whatever. I'm glad they did. I'm glad he did. It's like you remember the Baltimore game last year, the playoff game.
Yep.
We lost, and I'm still sour about Arthur Smith that game. Like, seriously, dude. Like, when I think about that game,
I got a theory about that game.
Dude, I get so mad, and I blame it all. I wrote an entire article on Fan to Fan Network before I was doing YouTube. That's what I was doing with Upload. I was writing Fan to Fan Network. Yeah, and I wrote an entire article just basically lambasting Smith, for that game, because all he did was run it up the middle. I was like, dude, that's not how we operate. Like, that's not Henry's bread and butter. Anyways, you could see like how it's getting my blood pressure up. I just we should probably just drop it.
We need some chamomile tea. We need you. You need to go on a little. We need to.
Yeah, it fires me up, dude. For real. Like it. I don't know why.
About that game, I'm just gonna say this. Everybody, they showed up. It's like there's this bad juju. It's like they knew they were gonna lose or something. Like the vibe was totally off in that game for some reason.
Yeah.
So yeah, it might have been that Arthur Smith had spent all night interviewing for other head coach opportunities, and I mean, I get it, but also,
yeah,
I also hate it, and I'm allowed to hate it and get it at the same time, aren't I?
Yeah, yeah, of course, man.
Did you publish
Coda
this?
Says,
did you publish this article, by the way?
I did. Yeah, it should still. It's still on there.
I gotta read this article.
I'll send you a link to it. After we're off of here. Coda says, hang Tennessee's shirt. I guess he might be talking about your shirt. Tell him about this shirt, man, real quick.
I was looking for some good looking clothes. I was at the consignment store, men's consignment store. That's
my type of shopping right there.
It was great. A lot of stuff is, very old, and lo and behold, this gem is from Super Bowl Titans, and it's got the white helmet. It's got stuff on it. I mean, It's this old button-up shirt from ages and ages ago, and I wore this shirt for the Seattle Seahawks victory. I wore this shirt on game for the Colts victory.
Awesome.
I can't take it off now. So
no, dude, please wear that every game.
Will do. No, this is not hang T in, but they want to make it. I know they do. Look, it's on Stadium back when it was probably, Adelphia. It's got it all.
Oh, that's awesome. Dude, you know what?
It's got a mockingbird on it somewhere.
Since we're on this, that's amazing, man.
It's got a mockingbird. How cool is that?
Dude, that is an A+ find, man.
Thank you.
That is a rare gem.
Cost me $5.
And while we're on this little nostalgia kick for a second, so I don't know if you remember. This is a funny story, dude. There was a game, or they might have done it a few games when we had Aldo Greco, and me and my dad went, and my dad's friend, and they were best buddies. They owned a record store. They had like 10,000 vinyl records. And my dad was a cool dude, man. But yeah, so he owned this, and he'd always collect stuff, like weird stuff, and his friend's house looked like something out of Harry Potter, man, like all the crazy stuff he had. Ooh. And at this game, they handed out Al Del Greco fans with his face on them.
That's cool.
And so the guy, my dad's friend Duke, his name's Duke McClure, man. He's the coolest dude. He's like bald in the front, and then he's like hair in the back, So he he got a bunch of these fans, and he tried to sell them on eBay, and Aldo Greco's wife found out and bought the fans from him.
That's cool.
Bought the remaining 50 fans or whatever it was. Like, it's crazy, man. I'm going to get to some of these comments here. And shout out to Janet Kinsey, Scott and Janet in the house.
Hey, Janet.
Yeah, that's
hey, Scott.
That is Mason Kinsey's mom. And
we love number 2.
So I'm going to show this real quick just because I got to, man. I got to show it every time the Kinseys are on, because I was there. I took this video in the flesh. And honestly, Nick, it's one of my proudest Tennessee Titans moments. Okay, because I'm such a fan of the dude.
I think I know what you're about to show. I think I watched it like 10 times.
Yeah, here it goes. There it is. There it is. There it is. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Wow. So yeah, I gotta show that, man. They gave the game ball to his mom on national television, and we could see it because they were the only little light blue, two-tone blue blob on that side of the stadium, like right at
I'm sure they were, yeah.
So it was cool, man. And shout out to them too. They sent me an autographed picture of Mason and gave me a note, and so cool, man. So
very cool. Go Kinseys. Can't wait to see that dude out there in the games coming up real soon.
Yeah, man, and I think his time's coming, man. We could use him now,
in the preseason, it seemed to me that seemed like, you tell me if I'm wrong here, he seemed like mini Anthony Ferkser, right? Just super quick and able to find a soft spot and great hands, obviously, So, with Anthony Ferkser being out, obviously they don't play the same position. I feel like if it's going to continue, they throw him in there.
Yeah, too, and with AJ and Julio being hurt and that wide receiver room being thin, like they could use an extra guy in there, even if just an extra person in case somebody else goes down. You got Batson and Rodgers in the slot, and Rodgers has done okay. He had a TD catch, and I actually have that video too. I was at the game. and I'll show it real quick. I was actually right in the end zone there.
Doing the TY Hilton.
Yeah.
I don't was that out of respect for him? Was it out of disrespect?
I don't know. I don't know if I caught that on the video. I don't know if I saw that. Here, let's play it. Let's see if he shows it in the video.
Come on, fellas. Come on, fellas. Come on. There you go!
Oh yeah, so I don't know. You couldn't really see it in that, but he did the T.Y. Hilton.
Yeah, right when you turned it, he goes there. He doesn't.
Maybe it was. I don't know. Maybe it was respect for him or something. You know.
You think it could be respect because Nick Westbrook Akina, of course, the Billy White Shoes Johnson dance when he scores his touchdown, right?
Yeah.
Well, he does a little.
Oh yeah, he did.
You can't see my legs right now, but I'm doing it. Okay, y'all. Promise. That was obviously out of respect.
So let's get to some of these comments, and I see that Titan Upload is in the waiting room here, and we'll get him in just a minute. So shout out to him. I know he just got off an awesome radio show. He had an awesome caller call in. That's he's like a Colts YouTuber or podcaster or something. So we'll have to talk to him about it. It seemed like it was pretty cool. So
bring it on.
Yeah, man. So let's see. Titans. I think we got to that earlier. Let's see. Donnie D says, "What's up, Big Rossi? What's up, Donnie D?" And y'all please hit that like and subscribe button. We are inching close to 500 in the first few months, and that's all because of you guys. And it's pretty freaking cool, you know. So Donnie D says, "Awful play calling by Smith after AJ and Furt Nash the Ravens." That was from earlier. Sin City Titan, shout out to him, man. He's a friend of mine. He lives a few hours away. We're actually going to the Jacksonville game, so in Jacksonville. Cool. So that's going to be really cool. Tighten up 13-4. Let's get it. I hope you're right. That's what I predicted. So I think it's still doable if we can get through some of these injuries. The Power Hour, the man, the myth, the legend. What's up, Rossi? I heard you on Upload show earlier. Quan B, Tighten up, Rossi. Good to see you back, NGB. There you go.
What's up, Quan B?
Keisha Bible. Keisha Bible's always in the house.
Wearing it. I'm gonna keep wearing it. Okay.
It's legit, man. It's a legit shirt. I care my team. Anyone know about Marcus Johnson? We'll talk about that some too.
Been wondering the same thing.
And Bruce James Realty subscribed. I appreciate it. And Titan Upload. Here we go.
Tighten up that like button.
Better time to get him in here. So we'll get him in here with his own comment on the screen.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, bud. Tighten up.
How you doing?
Good, man. Good to see you.
Yeah, it's good to have you on, man. I saw.
I'll try to give you a hug.
Oh, thanks.
I watched some of your show earlier, and I was talking about, I couldn't remember his name, the Culture or something.
Jason Spears.
Culture. Yeah, that was a good call, man. He made a lot of good points, and we were talking about Frank Wright's play calling earlier, and I didn't really think about it a whole lot until I heard him. And once you think about it, it's like, golly, man, it was terrible. Like, and the way we played, 3 turnovers, you know, they were only up by 1. In a way, I'm happy he did. I'm happy his play calls were like that.
Well, I didn't know until I went back and watched the Titans game today on TV that Frank Wright basically scripted an offense around Wentz, tore it up midway through the week, and then put in one where it was either going to be Wentz or it would have been Hundley. It didn't matter who was going to be a quarterback, but that's how he scripted it. So if Hundley would have played, it would have been the same script. And I just right there, it just kind of caught me off guard. I'm like, wow. Because Jason was right. Like, he was like a statue standing back there. You could tell he was hobbled from the first series. And he wasn't throwing it overly impressive either. I mean, how many times did the ball go way over someone's head, or Wentz just kind of just did one of the stupid little throws or chucked it to the ground? I mean, it was pretty bad. But Jonathan Taylor, my goodness, if I'm Jonathan Taylor, I'm knocking on the door of the GM and saying, what the heck are you doing with this head coach? Because you give him 10 carries, 6 point yards per attempt. I mean, we saw it. He was doing really well.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. It really is crazy how they didn't use him more.
Yeah, and there was the point in which somewhere deep into maybe the beginning of the third quarter, maybe the end of the first half, people came on the TV. You probably saw it today, Mark, is that Derrick Henry now has as much yards as the entire Colts offense. You know, it's well, dang, guys.
It's wild.
The carries, though, they do concern me.
Yeah.
80 carries.
Yeah.
Going week 4 and 12 receptions. I mean, he's a receiving machine now, which is awesome. But Darrington Evans, shame on him. Like, he just can't stay healthy, and it's really costing this team right now as far as Henry with his carries.
And that's actually something I had on, written on the banners down here before the show. Are we using him too much, too much this early into the season? Because it seems like before we never really used him this much, or he just maybe didn't get going as fast. I don't know if it's one or the other.
He had 378 carries last year. But the years before that, you're right. I mean, they were 310, then in the 200s, and then we know the DeMarco Murray effect. So something to keep an eye on.
His reps are not. The positive guy.
Here we go.
I even put it in the description.
He did. He said something about the hair too. His reps are not normal running back reps. If he takes times, going to be pushing guys off him with his arms. There's so he might take 30 times rushing the ball in one game, but there's quite a few of those where he's pushing someone off of him.
Yeah.
And so maybe that goes into consideration. The thing that always concerns me, and you don't necessarily have to be the ball carrier on the play, just someone rolling up on you, just your leg being at the bottom of a pile, and I heard some dudes on a podcast the other day talking about that, and like how you'll see guys kind of jump up when they're in a pile. They jump up and get their legs kind of like in the air. I worry about that too. But what Ryan Tannehill says about Derrick is, and maybe it's just talk, I don't know, I never see him sore. I never see him tired. So he's a beast. I love watching this guy. I mean, what a privilege it is right now, guys. I just love it. So no, you guys have a point. This is a lot. This is going to be 470 at this rate. 470 touches.
Jeez, Eddie George only had 401 in his 400 carry season.
He's going to set the record at this rate. Set the record of touches. I believe that dude from the Chiefs has it right now at 113. He's gonna obliterate it.
Who was that? Who had all this?
Oh, good.
Was it like Larry Johnson or something?
Sounds about right.
Not Christian Okoye, right?
I don't think it wasn't Priest Holmes because he.
Nope.
Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, and Coda says give Sargent some carries, and they did give him a carry in the game.
He got one.
Yeah.
He
He
got
did
one.
get one, which is, I mean, that's something, And two, somebody that I was kind of hard on like before the season was Jeremy McNichols, because to me, I was like, okay, it's just the same old thing over and over again. Okay, he's a scrap guy. He comes in to get the scrap yardage but he's actually played well. I mean, he had a touchdown in the last game. Did he have a touchdown? Has he had two already this season? McNichols.
One.
It was last game.
He had a touchdown last season. But I believe this was his second career. By the way, I think I was totally wrong about everything, but I think Derrick Henry's pretty close to that. Now, what I Googled, I'm not that far off, guys, okay? What I Googled, I'm glad you guys are having fun. What I Googled is that the touches, that could also mean receptions. We need someone in the comments to be on this, because obviously I'm not smart enough. But it was James Wilder in 1984. Looks like Tampa Bay with the 92 touches. So do what you want with that.
Coolidge College?
James Wilder?
Yeah. Is he related to Van Wilder?
Oh, get out of here.
Oh my gosh.
Get out of here. We're done with you, man.
So while we're all on all this stuff, I figure I'd post this. Power Hour says NGB is bringing sexy back.
It's the throwback. It ain't Hang TN. This is men's consignment. Hey,
like I said, man, that's my type of shopping.
Check out the Mockingbird.
So I wanted to go kind of over some of the numbers, and really what's going on up to this point of the season, and I think it's pretty interesting because you heard over and over again before the season by all of us, every one of us said this: if we could just have a defense that was like 15th, middle of the pack, we would be unstoppable. Like. So far, we've had we're 2-1, and the next two games are, and we'll look at the schedule, are looking like pretty good games for us, But if you look at the overall defense, we're ranked 15th. We're ranked below the middle now. There's 32 teams, so we're actually better than half, The offense is 15th. Obviously, it's been hit or miss with the guys being out. Obviously, there's huge potential there for that number to go up, depending on, how healthy we can be. But what do you guys think about that? Like real quick, as far as that's what you heard all during the off season was like, oh, we just need to be 15th, 16th. At this point where we're at with this 3-game test, do you think we could possibly still make a Super Bowl run? I mean, I know it's early, but just based off
that. Oh, we talking about Super Bowls? We're talking how many Super Bowls we talking, okay?
Yeah. 25. But I mean, just like with what you see right now, like even with the injuries, do you think this team is just kind of be like an 11-win team, or do we have the potential to be a 14, 15-win team still?
I'll say this. Asked me 2 weeks ago, what are we even talking about right now? We've seen 2 good weeks of defensive play, and we don't know what's going to happen in week 4, So I'd say it's still too early. It's a good sign, obviously, so far. Really good sign that things have changed, and then obviously, to me, the fact that has the confidence to take dudes like Bud Dupree, who absolutely could have played, Julio Jones, who absolutely could have played, AJ Brown, absolutely played, in my opinion, my amazing opinion that I don't actually know anything about what happened on that field that day. But, in my opinion, these guys could have played, but the confidence was there that we can win with, these other dudes. Better about it. The defense much improved. Is the defense much improved because Elijah Molden is taking much, much less snaps than he was in week 1? That's, what's up with this rookie class? What's up with this last year's draft class? Are they going to actually, do anything for us outside of Christian Fulton? We're going to get 3 Super Bowls. That's my answer to your question. And now on to this guy. Let's see what he has to say.
How many Super Bowls are we going to win in the next 10 years, Titan Upload?
I thought, are we going to win a Super Bowl this year?
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
We're gonna.
How many Super Bowls will we win this year?
No, I think the window's, at least as long as Derrick Henry's in his prime, that's the window.
Love it.
I am concerned about Tannehill right now as far as turnovers. He has to just be a little bit more consistent. I know he can do it, of course. And then how he played. I mean, watching that game live, I thought Tannehill played. He was basically him and Henry, out there with a bunch of guys who really have not played before. So I thought overall Tannehill did well. I know there's been a kind of a Nashville talk radio. It's been kind of a debating point, but I bring that up because as long as Tannehill and Henry are on the field, we got a chance, and the defense we've already went through this last year. I mean, they could be as bad as 28, 29, 30th, and we still could win 11 games. But I want to put this in perspective. The Titans, no matter what you want to think about them, no matter what they look like right now, it looks like it's early. It looks like they're going to win the AFC South if the Colts continue down this terrible trend. And we don't know when Wentz will be healthy. He ain't beating the Dolphins playing like he did last week. Let's just be honest. And they ain't going to beat the Ravens. So now we're what? 0-5? They can come back. They're 17 games. But if we win the division, guys, we get a home playoff game. Here's my point. We got to hit the right notes, Music City, at the end of the year. That's when it matters the most. Doesn't matter what we do this week. It doesn't matter what we do in weeks 6 through whenever that gauntlet comes up. It's how we go into the playoffs. We were 9-7 a few years ago. Remember NGB Talk when we were doing this together like every week? And I remember having 10,000 people watching us in that post-game Ravens show when we upset the Ravens 26-12.
Man,
that could happen again because of what I said with Derrick Henry and Ryan Tannehill. So we have the fighter's chance. The defense is not going to be fully ready to go, I don't think, until midway through the season when we know what really we're getting from Caleb Farley and Bud Dupree's completely healthy. But I like the positivity. I like what we got going on. Can't afford many more injuries in the secondary, though. And, if Fulton goes down, we're in trouble. Even the, Jackrabbit. So to answer your question, I still think we can win the Super Bowl. And honestly, go ahead and say it. Expect to win the Super Bowl this year. Let's go.
There you go. Hey, that's a
positivity.
A lot of us expect that, I mean, that's why we were so excited coming into this season. I mean, more than for me, I mean, it was on the level of the 2003 season, right after the Super Bowl season.
The only team that can beat us that I fear, you guys know what it is, but maybe the people in the house don't. I don't fear Buffalo. I don't fear the Chiefs, actually. Fear the Browns.
Yeah.
The Browns are the perfect recipe to beat the Titans. They got a 1-2 punch in the run game. They got some deep down the field threats. Their quarterback is it is what it is. But their defense, telling you, look what they did to Fields and the Bears this week. I know it's the Bears, but their defense can get after it now. And they got some pretty good secondary corners as well. That is one team I don't think we match up well, and we actually didn't match up very well last year against them. So that's the only team I don't want to see in the playoffs.
I wish we had them this year. Like, I wish it was just to see how we gauge against them in the season. Christian Ladd said O-line is the only thing that's holding us back. I kind of disagree with that a little bit because I feel like they've played okay considering. And of course I was going to bring that up, Luan. I really from where I was, like, I was in the end zone and stuff, and I didn't really key in on him as much as I wanted to, like his performance. And I'll be interested to see No Flags Films breakdown of that game because I know he'll do a special little segment on Luan. So it'll be interesting to see what he thinks about Lewan. I mean, what do y'all think about the O-line? How they played against the Colts and the other teams?
Seems like the sack that came on the first possession was on the interior of the O-line. You guys correct me if I'm wrong there. And then I don't remember there being another sack the whole game. In fact, no, there might have been one other sack. But I'd say as far as, coming out and not getting injured in warm-ups, that's great. And then not getting completely destroyed. Yeah, Taylor Lewan looked a lot better. I mean, with O-line, if you don't hear their name, they're doing well. So we didn't hear. I didn't hear Taylor Lewan's name mentioned.
Actually, that first sack, I think you can kind of blame McNichols on that. The Colts overloaded the right side, or it would on the left side, or whatever. And McNichols, you can see him. Like he knows it's coming, but for whatever reason, he flared out right away. Maybe he was told to do that no matter what. But usually when you have a running back in that position, they're there to check first and then go out. I would actually blame McNichols on that one, offensive line.
Yeah, I would too. And I think I mean, like you said, you didn't hear Lewan talked about much, so that's a good thing, right? And I do want to give a special shout out real quick, and I shouted it out earlier. But the big sportsman, his name's James, and I showed this earlier, James, but I'll pop it up again while you're here. But yeah, man, James is on the right. He gave me the tickets, and I sat with his family, and they're amazing people. And guys, please like and subscribe to the channel. I've met all these people through every person you see in this picture, both right, left. I've met all these people through the Titans YouTube community. Every one of them are good people. I've become friends with the majority of them. And it's all because of this Titans YouTube community. That's what it's about for me. That's what this channel is about. I would probably say that's what the Titan Upload Network is about too. So yeah, and shout out, we had a little meet and greet, Titan Upload, Titans Time, Jock from Tennessee Titans Weekly. And we had a bunch of people come to and say hello to us and hang out with us, and so it was really cool. It was a really cool experience for me. I know it was for you too, Upload.
We got the best fans in the universe.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. They I don't know if y'all saw the Good Morning Football. They gave the angry run to the scepter to Henry again. And
that's right.
Surprise.
Dude, how many of these has he had now? Like 5 or something? I mean, we have to be the record.
Did you producer on this one?
Oh, that's good.
He's got the what is it called?
Wait.
Titans! Woo!
Yeah,
I saw that it was a 2-1 vote, right? The panel voted on angry runs. I wake up for angry runs on Tuesday. I'm like, we got to get this coffee made. We got to get these eggs eaten. We got to get the angry runs anyway. And Alex got 2 votes. Derrick Henry only got 1, and then Kyle Brandt just decided, no, we're giving it to Derrick.
Who was the other guy?
The backup for Vikings running back. Dalvin Cook. His name's Alexander Madison.
Okay.
Dalvin Cook's name escaped me. And he had a $115, $116, couple tutties. He did great. And he had 1 play where it was pretty aggressive, but Derrick Henry.
And that's Leonard that he tossed to the ground.
It was Darius Leonard. Oh man, Derrick
demolished him.
Derrick had a couple plays that could have been on angry runs this past game. It was not like the foot race kind of day for Derrick Henry where he sprints to the sideline, but it was definitely a punishing day for Derrick Henry. So good.
Yeah, for sure. And I know you probably need to be getting out of here. But any last comments on anything, man?
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys. This was too much fun. Maybe we should do this regularly, a little double header on Tuesday. I don't know, but
that's cool.
I'm gonna keep. All I know is this, guys. it's time to tighten up. And number 2, I'm going to keep wearing this shirt. And for 3, you know what? Number 3 is, don't forget that Derrick Henry is old and tired. He's old and tired. He's not going to make it. You know, he already leads the league in rushing and receiving and blocking. Great run blocker. But, you know, he is old and tired. Don't forget that, guys. This was so much fun. Great to see the both of you. And thanks for your show. Titans Rossi. So great to see you guys. And comment section, you guys are so awesome. Thanks for the shout outs. And, you know, NGB Talk's back. Yeah, I'm back. It's Titans time. Come on.
Yeah, man, and thank you so much too. Like I started watching you on the Uploads channel when I first started watching any Titans YouTube content at all, you know, 2 years ago when I moved to Florida. So you were one of the first guys I started watching, and your channel too. You were pretty active then. And like I said, you can see it down there. Follow NGB Talk on YouTube, Twitter at NGB Talk. So yeah, man. Peace out, man. Much love. Tighten up. So we'll see you next time, man.
See you guys.
Take care, buddy. Good seeing you.
So yeah, that was NGB Talk, man. Such a good guy, man. That
Yep,
dude's
he
awesome.
is. Al said it best. Good
So
to see
are you able to hang a little bit longer, or do you?
I
need
could
to
probably
get
go about
going?
five more minutes.
Okay, yeah. Just one more thing I wanted to get in with you while you're on here. Something I wanted to ask you about. So I mean, the backups, you know, they showed out with AJ and Julio on. I mean, Akeem, Rogers, McNichols all scored a TD, which is interesting. You know, all backups scored a TD. That was our offense. In these next 2 games, we got the Jets and we got the Jaguars. Obviously, both very winnable games. Both games we should win. Is it too far of a stretch to say, you know, let's sit AJ? I don't know about Julio. I don't know what's up with Julio. I'm not saying sit Julio, but maybe limit him like they did. And also, I'm going to throw this in there just because I have to. Should we call Mason up? Should we call receiver up because we're going to need one?
Yeah. Fortunately,
You know?
I think if they call
somebody like him,
receiver up, they're probably going to call up Des Fitzpatrick.
yeah.
It doesn't pain me to say it, but from Mason's point, like Mason's got Cam Batson and Mason has Chester Rogers, both active on the roster, 2 guys that he was competing with, you know. But that's why I made a point in my show. I don't know if you heard it was later on where I said, I don't care where Mason comes in. You can put him anywhere on the field and he'll make a play. I mean, I don't care if you put him in the backup running back position. I don't care if you put him at tight end. I don't care where you put him on the field. He's going to make a play. He's got that heart. He's got that, you know, just to see what he did in the preseason. I know it's preseason, but his heart and soul's with this team. You know, what happened with him getting like punched in the nose, comes back in the very next play. You know, just trying to do anything to help make this football team and help make this team better. You know, he's been killing in the preseason. Or no,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, in the practice squads from what we've heard. So it'd be awesome to see it, but I do think they would probably on the Dez front on maybe replacing AJ or Julio, they'd probably go more Dez there than Mason, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I mean, what do you think about like? I mean, I think AJ's probably going to be out anyways the next couple of games.
I don't know. That's the thing, hamstring.
Yeah,
you know,
that's
you can believe people, and nobody knows. I could see him being out, actually going on the IR at the end of the week, by the end of this week, and then he's out 3 games.
I'm worried about the hamstring, to be honest, because that's one of those things that can linger on. It can come back. You know, that's one of those type of injuries, and I just feel like he's probably going to be dealing with it the majority of the season on and off. It just depends on how severe it's going to be, if it's going to flare up or not. I don't know. I mean, the thing with Julio is very strange. The whole explanation after. We've never heard Mike Vrabel go into that much detail about one player ever. Have we? I mean, and just like the whole explanation, the whole thing with this and that and blah, blah, blah. Kaharski made a good point about it. And I hate to say that, but he did. And it's just weird. Like maybe there is something more going on there, but I mean, that's a whole nother, hour-long conversation.
What is your take on Josh Reynolds? Did you
Dude,
get into your show with what Coach Moore said about him not playing
No,
special
and
teams?
I actually have that in the banner here as one of the things I was going to touch on if I got to it. But that's super weird too. I mean, it was basically a shot at him saying the guy can't play special teams. That's why he's not playing. But it's like, what did you guys bring him in here for? Like,
not to play special teams.
But I mean, did he even play special teams in LA? Like, does anybody know that in the chat? I don't know, but like, wasn't he brought in to be that third or second receiver at the time?
Second.
He's not real. I mean, he played in the slot in LA, right?
Yeah, I mean he was their third wide receiver in LA.
So he had to be in the slot some. So I don't understand. Like, is his injury that bad and he's just not good right now? Or is he just not that good? I mean, he improved every year when he was in the league. Like, he had to have some talent.
I know someone that tore their Achilles. They were a coach and they were kind of just messing around, and they tore it at practice actually, and then like showing drills and demonstrations. Were able to come back and have surgery, do all those things, and came back. And I want to say the next season or that whenever they came back, tore it right again. It's just one of those injuries that I think is a very delicate situation. But
yeah. And shout out to Titans too. We've been talking some lately through Twitter. They're awesome too. One of the OGs of the Titans
founding fathers.
Yeah, I think they were the first, right? From what I know. But yeah, they said Reynolds played 5 snaps on special teams last year. So there you go. Like, so why is he complaining about special teams? And you would think we need Reynolds now more than ever. At this point in juncture, I don't know. Like,
is it because he made a boneheaded play in Seattle? Like, I mean, let's be honest. Everybody makes mistakes, and again, you can blame Tannehill for snapping the ball and not, Reynolds wasn't set. So it's a very weird situation, and it's like, if you don't think he can play and he's out, then why is he taking a roster spot?
Yeah.
Then just move on from him and try to bring some. I don't even know if anybody else is in there, but I know number 12 is ready to go. So bring somebody else in there and let them play, and that you have more confidence in.
And he's just on a 1-year contract, right?
It's 1 year, and it was like $1 million. Really nothing to it.
Yeah, so I mean, at least it's not some crazy thing where we took on. But anyways, man, I'm gonna let you go. I know you need to get going. You had a show earlier, but you could follow Titan Upload on YouTube and Twitter, and Titan Upload is amazing, and he's a good friend of mine. So you guys give him a follow.
Yeah, and make sure you guys give this guy a tighten up and the like button there. And then also don't forget to subscribe to Titans Rossi, because he brings it. And it was great meeting you this week. I've not done the whole picture thing yet. And I honestly, the way you have it set up, you killed it today with your graphics, and you've come a long way too since you've been starting, and proud of you, and just keep doing your thing, man.
Yeah, man. I appreciate it, dude. I appreciate all the help. So tighten up, man.
Tighten up, buddy.
All right, bye. That was Titan Upload, man. And like I said, y'all give him a follow. Actually, how I started this whole YouTube thing was basically because of him. I started following him. He found out I was a songwriter. He asked me to start writing for Fan to Fan Network. Asked me if I wanted to, and I said, yeah, sure. I wrote a bunch of articles on there. If y'all want to read any of them, they're from last season, but there were some really interesting articles. One about Arthur Smith, one about Clowney that was really good. And I always like to kind of be different and write different stuff, not what everybody else was writing. So you can look in the description and find my articles there. But I want to get to some of your comments, man. I didn't mean to not include you guys or anything, but you guys have been awesome tonight. Y'all been in here. I've had a few subscribers pop up. So if you guys haven't subscribed yet and you're in the chat, please do. I post content all the time. I have, guests on all the time. This channel is a part of the Titan Upload network. So I'm really close to him and close to a lot of these guys. And a shout out to Titan Anderson too. He's been putting in a lot of work. His channel is literally exploding right now. If you haven't checked him out, check out Titan Anderson. He got a different style than me and Upload, but we all got different styles, Titans Time Podcast, Tennessee Titans Weekly. All those guys are putting in work, and a shout out to them. So big sportsman. I was told Jones is a quad injury. Really? Okay. That makes sense, I guess. Al Pierce says, what's the deal with Reynolds? A healthy scratch. Exactly. And like I said, we were talking about that Rob Moore, the wide receivers coach, today, you could go listen to it on YouTube when you get done here. Talked about how he doesn't play special teams, and that's the way to get into the game. But like Titans Tube said, he only played five snaps on special teams in LA. So it doesn't make any sense to me. Billy Mullen said, I'd rather sit AG now than see him go out of every other game the rest of the year. I totally agree with you, man. I think it's the golden opportunity to sit these two guys. And if they play to sit, not two guys, to sit AJ, if they, they beat the Colts, which is a decent defense, even though they haven't played as good this year, they're still a decent defense. And, the backup guys played well. If we have a good game plan, like Downing has done pretty good. I mean, let me know what you guys think, how Downing has done. Give him a grade, A, B, C. Let me know in the chat. What do you guys think of Downing so far? A plus, A minus, B plus, whatever you think, even an F. If you give him an F or an I for incomplete, let me know what you guys think of Downing so far and his play calling. I would personally give him maybe a B plus. The Seattle game, it's hard to really judge because the offensive line was so terrible. I mean, the guy couldn't call anything. I blame the offensive line just as much as I blame anybody. When your offensive line can't block, then you have no chance. So I'd say a B plus. He's using Henry the way that he's using him is awesome. No, Arthur Smith never used Henry in the passing game that much. And they're using him really creatively. Like, they're not just predictably using him in the passing game. They're using him when it really matters on big plays, when they need first downs and stuff. And that's crucial. And shout out to Derrick Henry. I mean, he's catching. I don't know if y'all saw that the catch last game where he just snatched it right out of the air like a receiver. I mean, that's 6'4", 247-pound man catching a ball like that right out of the air is pretty amazing. So what do y'all give Downing? A, B, the grading scale, the normal grading scale. What do y'all give him? We got some answers here. Josh says B plus, definitely improved. Mark Jones says A. Oiler Titan says B minus. Coda, B. Mark Jones says he knows what we do well, and he lets Henry run and bring us back down 15 running the ball. Yeah, that's true, man. He doesn't give up. That's for sure. So it looks like kind of on average a B is what we're giving them. Maybe about a B plus, maybe in that range between B plus and B minus. So JS75, what's up, man? Thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. Says a B. Josh says, I still would like to see more downfield plays. I agree with you, but I mean, with AJ and Julio being out, I don't see it happening. They might try and go deep to like Rodgers or something. I think they did try and go deep to Rodgers this game once or something. Maybe it was somebody else. I'm impressed with Westbrook-Ikhine, the way he's playing. Other than that fumble, I think he'll learn from that mistake. That was just a dumb mistake. I think he'll learn from that. He's young. He probably won't ever do it again, to be honest. So he's impressing me. I mean, Rodgers, that catch, Chester Rogers has been hit or miss, guys. I mean, in my opinion. I mean, the catch, he's done well. Don't get me wrong, but that catch where he bobbled it and it went up, got intercepted, like those type of things can't happen. You know, those type of things can't happen. And I think he'll clean it up. But Rogers has done all right. I mean, I think as the season goes along, they're going to get better and better. Those guys, those type of guys, you know. Big Sportsman, shout out to him again. He says, I think the Titans are missing suddenness and route precision in the slot. We are missing quickness in special teams. That means we are missing number 12, Mason Kinsey. I agree with you there, man. Kinsey is a route running fool. I mean, that guy is quick. He gets separation. I'm not just saying that because I'm a big fan of his or anything. Why not give the guy a shot? I mean, you're down wide receivers. You're down two of your main wide receivers. I mean, we don't know what's up with Julio. We don't know what's going on with Julio. So it's whatever there, you know. They're probably going to play Julio on a limited basis. You need to call a guy up like Kinsey who can get in there and get those grind yards, make it those type of plays. Yes, you have Rodgers in the slot. You have Batson. Batson's he's more of a just kind of a – I don't want to be mean, but to me, Batson's like a gimmick player. You know, you throw him out there every so often. Small, quick dude, has good hands, and he makes plays. But to me, he's just like kind of a special gimmick type of player. You throw him in there for a play here and there. I believe having Kinsey and Rodgers kind of rotate out or you know, involve them both equally, I think you would see some pretty good results. That's just my opinion, you know. Mark Jones says, what other team would stick? Run props to him. Yeah, definitely. I carry my team. Says, I watched him with the Raiders, but the Titans are a better team than that, what he had with the Raiders. But all I'm saying is he cannot call big games. Well, I'm telling you, the Bills and Chiefs, 2 L's. Yeah, I've heard that, and you know, they ran him out of town and all that stuff. And but I believe everybody can improve their craft, you know. I mean, it's not like he's been in the league that long, and it takes practice. Practice makes perfect. I believe anybody can improve, you know. If you just learn how to sweep a floor, you're going to improve your sweeping ability the more you do it, you know. So, and that's with anything, YouTube, making a YouTube channel, anything, work. Practice makes perfect, and I believe people can get better, and I think we're seeing him get better. But yeah, I mean, we'll wait and see for the big games, you know. We'll wait and see. I mean, Seattle was a big game, and he made some good calls. So let's see if he can keep on that path. Big Sportsman says C+. Kent Wood says B+. Josh says long throws to Julio. Coda says great route runner, reliable hands kind of guy. Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. And it's amazing to see Julio. I wanted to kind of go over a few more things here. I did want to show my Titan Anderson thumbnail or what is it called? Meme of the week. Titan Anderson makes memes like every week. He even made an awesome one with Wentz sitting on a toilet and a Colts logo. But this was another one he made. Oh no, that's not it. Let's see. There we go. TA's thumbnail of the week. If y'all haven't checked Titan Anderson out, please go do. He said he got ran over by King Henry. This guy, talking about Darius Leonard. And yeah, I mean, Darius Leonard, it wasn't as bad as Josh Norman, but I mean, Derrick Henry won the Angry Scepter Award from Good Morning Football because of it. So he's been plastered all over the place. Let's go over the schedule a little bit for the next couple of games, guys. We got the Jets, of course, 2 road games. I'm glad we got the Jets away, so it doesn't take away from our home games. And of course, we got at Jacksonville. I'll be going to that game in Jacksonville representing. But obviously, we should beat the New York Jets. What do you guys think the score is going to be? Give me your score predictions on the New York Jets. I haven't really broke it down yet or looked at the teams, but just basing it off what's going on there with Zach Wilson. He's been just terrible, absolutely terrible. I don't know if you guys have seen his stats, but they're really bad. So I'm going to say, just considering us missing AJ, we don't know what's up with Julio. I don't think we're going to score a bunch of points, but I don't think we have to. I think we're going to get 30. I guess that's a bunch of points. So I'm going to say, you know what? Actually, I'm going to say the Titans 27, the Jets 10. I'm going to say that because I think we're going to play ball control. We're going to run it with Henry. We're going to do short routes mainly. But I think we're going to dominate, maybe not dominate, but I think we're going to take care of them pretty good. Of course, any given Sunday at Jacksonville, I definitely think we're going to beat Jacksonville too. So we need to be 5-1 going into that stretch against Buffalo. That's a huge game. I'm so stoked about that game. Monday Night Football in Nashville. And then we got the Chiefs the next week. So we really need to be 5-1 going into that game. Let me get to some of your score predictions here. Titans, JS75 says Titans 38, Jets 10. Josh says 38-6. Titans pressure the hell out of Wilson, force some turnovers, and we get sacks. That's the old Mike Keith one. Mark Jones says 38-17. Yeah, you are. Pigwickle. I love the name, man. 31-9, Titans. So, yeah, thanks for the score prediction, guys. The Big Sportsman says the Jets game scares me. This could be a trap game. I can't put my finger on why. Something is nagging me about the Jets. It could be, very well could be, but I just don't see it. If it was like a veteran quarterback or something like that, but I just don't see it with Zach Wilson. Obviously, his running ability scares you, but I think we'll be all right against them, James. I really do. We need to remember these are still NFL games. Can't take these easy games. No, you're exactly right, and the team needs to remember that the most. The fans. We're going to say what we're going to say. We're going to give our predictions, blah, 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 all that stuff. And I almost got the last game right. I actually said 30-17. So it was 25-60. A little close. So Mark Jones says one thing every week we're prepared. Yeah, they got to be. They got to be prepared. So I'm going to start wrapping it up, guys. We've been going an hour and 8 minutes here, and y'all have been amazing, man. Thank you guys for tuning in, man. Please subscribe to the channel. Like I said, I put out content every week, usually twice a week, and I try to make a good show for you guys, man. This channel is a part of the Titan Upload network, and I try to keep up to that standard of good quality content, giving you guys things to look at and not just me just babbling on. Oh, I did want to go over this before I left too, guys. So before you check on out of here, let's go over some of these PFF game grades. I thought these were interesting. Let me know what y'all think too. On offense, Ryan Tannehill got the highest grade. He did play well. Considering what he had to work with and what was going on, he did play well. Ben Jones, it's good to see Ben Jones. And obviously, these PFF numbers sometimes are a little wacky, but I think they do a decent job. And shout out to No Flags Film. He works for PFF in a small capacity, but he works for him. Julio Jones, 75. Derrick Henry. How do they give Derrick Henry a 68? I guess because of he wasn't as explosive. I don't know, but that's the type of number that's silly. Christian Fulton has been a lockdown corner, period. He should have been on DeAndre Hopkins in the Seattle game. we might have been talking about a different score, guys. Our sack leader, Ola Adin-Iyi. I don't know if I'm saying that right. 73.3. David Long. David Long's he played more than Evans in the last game. Laurel Murchison, he's coming along. Jeffrey Simmons. Somebody they didn't list on here was Harold Landry. Harold Landry, I saw some like next gen stat where he had like he was like third in some type of next gen passer rating. I don't know, maybe getting to the quarterback, like the percentage of him getting to the quarterback based on his amount of plays or something. So Landry has been playing well, and they've been, dressing a few more pass rushers this season and not just dressing three. So, Landry's been fresh. He's been able to come in and play well. I know that's somebody the big sportsman likes a lot. Paulie D, love you, Blue. Our DBs will have plenty of opportunities against Wilson and Lawrence. Tighten up, Rossi. Yeah, that's true. Take care. Have a blessed one. Yeah, man. Thank you so much. Defense should have at least 3 turnovers, and hopefully we don't have any turnovers because, very rarely does a team win in the NFL when you have 3 turnovers. I mean, it's a very, very small percentage. I mean, we're talking like, I can't remember the stat. It's like 5% or something. It's insane. Coda says, I'm glad you're here, man. I really am. I'm glad you subscribed. I'm glad you joined the channel, man. So I really appreciate that a lot. Josh, Corey Davis will be motivated. That's true. That's somebody we haven't talked about. We're going to see Corey Davis, so it'll be interesting to see that. He definitely will. He's going to want to show out. But the problem is, what sucks for Corey Davis is he has a rookie quarterback who hasn't meshed yet and who hasn't got it going yet. And he did well in the first game, Davis, but if you don't have a quarterback who can get you the ball, hence Marcus Mariota, maybe I should say Marcus Mariota. I love Mariota, but towards the end there, man, he couldn't get many people the ball at all. So our receivers were suffering because of it. Kent Woods, this game we need to be careful that we don't get lulled to sleep. Yep, exactly. Somebody else was talking about that too. And shout out to Kent Woods. I met him at the game. So very, very nice dude. Has a cool organization. So shout out to him. Ryan Harris, what is up, buddy? Thank you so much for sharing all my stuff, dude. You're awesome, man. All you guys out there are awesome. You guys always share my stuff on Twitter. You're always commenting on the videos, showing up. You guys really rock, man. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have done this channel. C-Dub, I'll be at the game. Rossi can't wait. Awesome, dude. That's amazing. Which game are you going to, C-Dub? The Jets game? Do you live in New York or are you traveling there? And thanks for tuning in, C-Dub. It's good to see you, man. Josh said, finally realized what opportunity he squandered, but he probably would have sucked even if he did play. Yeah, probably so. Josh, as long as taking Evans, I think we found Evans' replacement. Okay. You were talking about Evans there. So, yeah, I mean, Evans is quick, dude. Evans is a ball hawk. Like, he is around the ball. Titans versus Jets. Oh, that's so cool, man. I'm going to my first away game. I went to the Tampa Bay game, preseason game, but that doesn't really matter, preseason. But the crowd's not really as into it. But I'm going to the Jacksonville game with Sin City Titan, and that's going to be awesome being in an away game with, being the away fans. Hopefully we pick the right section to sit in. I don't know. I need a donate button for you, man. How do I do that? I don't know. I don't think I can get that until I hit 1,000 subscribers. As far as super chats and stuff. Do any of y'all know how that works? I need to check on that. I think I have to get 1,000 subscribers before people can donate. I'm not sure. If any of y'all know that, let me know. If not, I'll Google it after the game. But yeah, I appreciate that, man. Thanks. It's it means a lot to me. Titans versus Jets. I live in North Jersey. I was just talking about Isaiah. Oh, okay. Yeah, and apparently he's worked out for the Colts. So I don't know if you guys heard that, but yeah, he's been working out for the Colts, so that's pretty strange. Let's look at some of these numbers. I'll go a few more minutes here, guys. You still have 20 in the house, so let's look at these numbers again. I put these up here earlier when the other guys were on, but we went through the rankings. So the rankings so far for us, if you look on the bottom left, that's the stat rankings for the season. The number 15 is the rank. So our offense is 15th total. Our defense is 15th total. Doesn't surprise me with the offense just because of the lack of our receivers, our two main guys being on the field. I think it's an okay spot if we can maintain this like 27 points a game type of thing. You know, we'll be all right with the defense has been awesome. I mean, 15th. That's better than half. We all wanted it to be at least half. We wanted to be at least the middle of the road defense. Well, right now, Shane Bowen has got this club at 15th. There's 32 teams in the league. So, you know, that's below half. So if he can kind of if we can maintain just this ranking on defense and get some turnovers in the process, that's one thing we're lacking this season, turnovers. That we were like first last season, which was really weird considering the defense. But if we can maintain kind of this 15th, 16th, you know, like a 13th through 16th type of defense, man, we get, you know, Julio completely healthy, get AJ completely out. These next two games are good because we can kind of rest them some. You know, we just got to ride Henry, you know. The game stats, you see the little dots on there, the little bullet points. That means we won in that category. The only category we didn't win in was turnovers. So, I mean, we won in every other category. We were only sacked one time. You can see the total yards, 368 to 265, 178 passing yards for the Colts, rushing yards, 87. And they were only 3 for 13 on third downs. So imagine that. You can look on the right. If you look at the far right, guys, that's the third down defense for the whole season. Right now, we're 13th. We're ranked 13th in the season. 37. Last year, we were over 50%. We had the worst third down defense in NFL history last year. The NFL's been around a long time, guys, like 100 freaking years. So to be where we're at now, to be at 13th, man, if we can maintain that, we're looking at a pretty good season. What do y'all think about that? I mean, I don't think it's too much. I mean, yeah, some people say it's too early, but I mean, that's a pretty good number, man. 3 games into the season there. So what do you guys think about that stat, man? The third down defense. What do you think how that looks, you know, and how does that is that just okay, it's just 3 games, it doesn't really matter, or does it matter? You know, so we'll get to a few more of your comments, guys, and we are gonna round it up here because it is getting to be around 11:30 where I'm at. I'm on Eastern time, so we'll get to a few more of your comments here, and then we'll check on out of here, guys. And I thank you guys so much for you know, tuning in and following me. You guys have been awesome. So like and subscribe, guys. I'm gonna play this little video, and we'll get to your comments. Yeah, man. So let me get to what you guys are talking about right now. So I'll be at the game. Yeah, I think I already saw that. Finally realized what opportunity he squandered, but he probably maybe I need to go down a little bit more here, guys. Sorry. Let's see. It says, oh, wow, the Jets are ranked third best on third down. That's pretty good. Wow. Really? Like on defense or offense? It's got to be on defense, right? Because their offense has been terrible. There's no way that'd be surprising. Kent Wood says, thanks for the shout out, Titan Rossi. It's a pleasure to meet you. Keep up the great work. Thank you, man. It was a pleasure to meet you too. Mark Jones, I believe he will have a 300 game this season. Guard Henry. Let's see. King Henry. Oh yeah, single game records. He could, dude, but hopefully he does it on minimal carries. Hopefully he busts like 200 yards that game. Keisha says third down defense has been amazing. Yes, really. I mean, considering what we had last year, the Titans defense should get better if our offense gets more explosive. Yeah, that's true. What do they call it? Complementary football. That's what Vrabel talks about all the time. Mark Jones, that would be amazing. I would lose it at the game if Henry. Yeah, I would too. Josh said we only need 12 more sacks to eclipse our. That's insane. That really is insane to think about. And yeah, in sacks, I think we're 13th in sacks too. I meant to put that on there, but we're 13th in sacks with 7. So that's pretty cool. Paulie, heck yeah, after that pathetic showing last year, yeah. Titan Anderson, what's up, brother? I was just shouting you out earlier, and I showed the little thing. I'll show it again since you're here. The meme of the week, Titan Anderson's meme of the week. Here you go, guys. If you guys didn't see that, so yeah, so basically says who got ran over by King Henry, Leonard, this guy. So yeah, Leonard absolutely got crushed by Henry, and that's somebody that No Flags Films thinks he's very overrated. He actually pinned it to his Twitter, so he doesn't like Leonard at all. I don't really know why. I think I asked him one time, but Jets haven't played on offense to our caliber. Also saying that they're pathetic. Should get rolling against. Yeah. The thing is, everybody still thinks we have a bad defense. They haven't even watched us play this year. All these guys on ESPN and all these freaking morons out there, even the ones who would say stuff before the season, like nobody ever looked at who we added to our defense. And honestly, we're just playing better this year. They're better coached. They're better prepared. I mean, so and look at the numbers. I mean, they're playing well so far, and I think they're going to continue that. I mean, we did not have a cornerback on like Fulton. You know, Fulton was hurt. He only played a couple games last year. But now, I mean, Butler wasn't like him. Joseph, Devin, who is the other guy? Devin something was his name. They brought in from the Chargers. Nobody plays like Fulton has this season. Fulton has been a lockdown corner. They should have put him on freaking DeAndre Hopkins in the first week. I don't know why they didn't. Well, you know, Jackrabbit's getting torched. He got torched for 180. What was it last game? How much did Jackrabbit? Let me look up the stats here because I'm interested to see. He started opposite. I guess it wasn't last game. I guess Jackrabbit did all right last game. It was the game before that he got torched by Lockett. It was like 180 yards. So I guess Jackrabbit played pretty good last week. Titan Anderson said that's awesome. Yeah, man. If you make them, I'll put them up there. So I know you make probably at least one a week. So I'll be putting them on there. And y'all go follow Titan Anderson. He has been literally blowing up. And become a member. Become a member. If you like his stuff, become a member. You get all types of special stuff going on. It's pretty cool, man. Solomon. Give a shout out to Solomon. We met him. He says, Titan, it was nice to meet you. Nissan Stadium, Titan Upload. Keep doing it. Yeah, man. It was so cool to meet you. It was awesome, man. You made us feel special, and it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. So Envy says Titans, Rossi, should us Titans fan need to be concerned about Caleb Farley? No, I don't think so, man. I think I think by like week 7, week 8, you're going to see Farley getting a lot more snaps. I don't think that the injuries is bad as we think it is. I think they're just kind of look. It's like what they did with Jeffrey Simmons. I think they had to hold him out, and look what Jeffrey's become. Look what's happened to Wentz I mean, they brought him back way too early from injury. I think the Titans are being cautious with him. I know he's got something going on. I don't think it's as big of a deal. I think you're going to be seeing Farley really step up maybe midway through the season, start making a few plays, getting in there. I think we're going to be all right, MB. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do, man. I'd really appreciate it. Who would have thought 4 catches combined and 3 turnovers? Yeah, man, it was wild. Mark Jones, they hardly talk Titans at all. Yeah, it's true. Desmond King. Yeah, Desmond King. And I was actually excited about Desmond King, but who wouldn't have been with what we had with Joseph, Derrick Henry, or Chris Johnson? If you're asking me who's better, I can't compare him, man. I love Chris Johnson. I can't compare the both of them. I love them both. Mark says go Titans. Played well against the Colts. Yep, you're right. Cautious with him, Vrabel is. Yep. Big Sportsman who gave us those awesome picks at the game. Yeah, man, they were great. So, and yes, and we'll end on this, guys. That's the mentality in Tennessee with Vrabel. Next man up. So next man up, come out and play. They played good so far. The backup guys on offense, Akeem, Rodgers, and McNichols, who had all the TDs in the last game. Those guys are putting in work. Out of respect to CJ2K, Henry all the way, he wasn't the same. That's true. And he's a smaller back too. He's a smaller, it tends to happen. Henry is just, I think Henry is built for longevity. I think he's gonna last a good while in this league, just the way he takes care of it. If y'all haven't read the Sports Illustrated article on Derrick Henry, go read it. It was like in August or something, and it tells all the crazy stuff that he does. He was like in California 2 days after the season last year, doing all types of crazy new age therapy to his legs, doing light therapy, all this stuff, dude. He does all this insane stuff to keep his body in tune. That dude is something, man. I guarantee you a lot of players in the league aren't doing what he's doing with his body and all that new stuff that they've come up with. Life of Devontae. Shout out, man. Thanks for tuning in, man. Titans, Jets, 35-10. So, yeah, we'll end on Devontae's comment there, guys. Thank you so much again. You guys are amazing. Y'all been incredible. I really appreciate the support so far. Please share the page, man. Go, follow me on Twitter at Titans Rossi. I post a lot on there. Share my page to your friends, man. You got. I tell you what, I give you a challenge. All the people are in here. We got 24 people in here, right? If you like the show, here's my challenge for you for the week. If you could tell 3 friends. I know you got 3 friends who are Titans fans. If you could tell 3 friends about my page, send them a text, Twitter, even if you retweet this show, I'll post it later, or retweet, my tweets on Twitter or whatever, however you do it. But if you could share this show, this channel with 3 friends, 20 of you, we could get 60 more subscribers, and boom, 60 more people who are in the Titan Nation. It's not about the subs for me, but it's about growing the community and growing the Titan army. The more fans we have, the better. And 2, I love getting you guys involved. If you guys ever have anything you want to send me on Twitter, any certain takes or certain things that you think about, DM me on Twitter or comment on my post. Usually every week I'll post something on there and make a graphic for you. If it's something really good, I'll post it on the Twitter feed, or I'll post your Twitter feed on here with the graphic, players on it and stuff like that, whoever you're talking about. I spend a lot of time making slides and doing stuff, so I have no problem doing that. Maybe one day we'll get the call-in feature too, so you guys can call in like Titan Upload has, and shout out to him. So I'm going to head on out of here, guys. It's getting late here. I really appreciate you tuning in. It's been an awesome show. You guys rock. Please hit that like button before you go out if you haven't yet. Please subscribe. Like I said, share with 3 friends. You know, call them up. If you're at the water cooler at work tomorrow, whatever, you just bull crapping or whatever you're doing, you know, you see somebody on the street who's a Titans fan, you live in Nashville, say, hey, man, you need to follow this guy, Titan Rossi. He's a true fan. He's a diehard fan. He loves the team. He travels to see him. He does whatever. He's a true diehard fan. You need to follow this guy if you guys like the content. So I appreciate it. I'm going to head on out of here. You know, tighten up, man. Let's go. Super Bowl or bust, right? That's what we got to do. That's what we want. We expect that, right? So tighten up, guys. We'll see you later.